All right, folks, let's talk about the markets, specifically Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Things have been crazy the last couple of days. We had Bitcoin drop down to pretty much 18,500 just last night. Now we're back up to 19.6. We're pretty much almost where we were 2 days ago, which is what I've been saying would probably be in a range. Right after I made my video yesterday, everything kind of dumped, and I was pretty much leaning very bearish. But this video is not about that. This video is about why it's so important after, especially with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, after Bitcoin's dropped 60, 70%, and after altcoins have already dropped 90, 95%, why it's so important to have skin in the game, because you're never going to call the bottom. Everybody yesterday was pretty much calling, for a $17,000, $16,000 Bitcoin. I mean, look at the YouTubers. Is $14,000 coming? Is $15,000 coming? And yes, it probably is coming. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. The fact is, if you're just sitting around waiting, if you're just waiting for Bitcoin to hit some low of like $3,000, $5,000, $12,000, you might not get it, and you may miss out on an epic bull run. I know plenty of people missed out in 2020, 2021. I missed out a little bit by trading in and out of coins and missing on some of the bull run. And you just have to have skin in the game is why it's so important. Today is a perfect example of why it's so important to have skin in the game. And I found this clip on CNBC, and I think it is it's very, very telling. And they're basically this analyst who's pretty cool guy, this Josh Brown guy, who they interview, who is pretty much saying, hey, look, everybody knows what the Fed is going to be doing right now. We know they're going to be hawkish. Is there going to be a big ass rally coming out in the stock market? Maybe only temporary, because everybody knows what's going to happen. So just listen to this clip really quickly.
Fed meeting. Was today the start of that? Sounds crazy given how negative everyone seems to be these days. Well, one well-known CNBC contributor says it could in fact be the case, and the signal could be in the bond market. He is Josh Brown. He is the co-founder of Ritholtz Wealth Management, and he is on the phone. Josh, thank you so much for calling in. It was at about 2:25 or so where you sent me an email that sent the following. Blow off top for short-term yield, treasury yields, the 2-year failing at 4%, VIX barely budging higher, 10-year calling BS on the 2-year. It's saying, quote unquote, the Fed ain't getting to 425 this year. This smells like a rip your face off rally brewing into after the FOMC. What led you to believe that this was about to happen?
Thanks for having me. I was just watching the VIX fail to confirm. Like, if we were going to have rates continue to shoot straight up, that should have been accompanied by a lot more stock market volatility than what we were seeing. Like, that pair has been working all year as being coincident with each other, and the VIX just couldn't get excited today. Then you see the 2-year yield kind of flirting with 396, 397, not really pushing through, had all the reason in the world to push through, and it didn't happen. And the 10-year gets stopped at about 3.5, which doesn't mean it's going to get stopped there forever, but 3.5 is highly significant on the 10-year Treasury. That was the high back in 2018 when the bond market basically told Trump his trade war wasn't working. That was an important level when the Fed pivoted in the fall of 2018. And that was where the 10-year Treasury got to this June, which is when the market hit its low. So these levels are really, like, you don't have to believe in them, but enough other people do that they're important to watch. So when the VIX failed to really get going today, and you started seeing, like, the large cap tech names bottoming out, et cetera, you just look at this setup. This guy's going to come in on Wednesday, tell you what you already know he's going to say. Everyone is expecting hawkishness. Everyone is expecting 75 or 100 basis points. Yardeni's saying 100 basis points. If he delivers that, the narrative is going to change to, okay, great. So another 25 in November, another 25 in December, we're probably good. Once that narrative is seized upon, people are not long enough, and I think you can have a face ripper.
So I kind of agree with that. And the point is, nobody knows what's going to happen. We have the big the Fed meeting on Wednesday. Like, a lot of this stuff is already priced in. Like I said, we already know the Fed is going to be hawkish. We already know that the interest rates are going to be up. We already know what's going to happen. So once people realize that, they're going to probably put their money back in the stock market. I've been overall bearish. I am bearish. I do think we're going to see some crazy dumps over the next year. I don't think Bitcoin's going back to all-time highs until at least 2024. But that doesn't mean we could see a $40,000 Bitcoin or a $50,000 Bitcoin or a $2 Cardano or whatever. So you have to have skin in the game in a bear market when these coins have already dumped. A lot of analysts now think a lot of this stuff is priced in. There could be a crazy face ripper rally like this guy says in the stock market because everybody pretty much knows what's going to happen at this point. If that does happen, you're going to see crypto go crazy. Just yesterday, everybody kind of thought it was all over for crypto. Oh, crypto's going down to 15,000. It's going down to 12,000. It's all over. Well, now we're pretty much right back to where we were. I mean, now we could dump at any moment. But nobody knows what the bottom is for crypto. We just know that it generally can drop up to 80% for Bitcoin. Okay, so that's about a $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 Bitcoin. But to try to wait for a $12,000 Bitcoin or a $13,000 Bitcoin and have no skin in the game is the stupidest thing you can do. Okay, you buy one Bitcoin right now. You have a lot of money. You have $100,000. You buy one Bitcoin. Okay, and worst case scenario, it goes down to $12,000. Okay. Or you buy half a Bitcoin now, and if it goes down to 12,000, put the rest in. Or just always have some money on the side like me. I always have a couple $1,000s on the side to buy dips. And we dipped yesterday, but we didn't dip enough. I bought nothing yesterday because we did not dip enough. These levels are the same levels we've been in. Look, folks. Cardano, 45, 46 cents. We were just here. We've been here for the last fucking 6 months. Okay? I want to see a 35-cent Cardano before I buy anything else. Cardano will not drop below 40 cents. I want it to. I thought I was going to get some Theta. Last night, I was looking to get Theta for under $1. I said, if it's going under $1, I'll buy some. Didn't go under $1. I think it hit like 99 cents for like a second, then shot right back up. Like, this is strong resistance for a lot of these coins. They've already dropped 90%. They're not going too much lower. If Theta drops down below $1, it's not going to stay there for very long, folks. We're talking about a flash crash. Same with Cardano. If Cardano drops under 40 cents, it's not going to stay there long. Maybe in a flash crash, it goes down to 30 or 25 cents for like an hour, maybe for 5 seconds, maybe for 10 seconds. So these coins are low. They've hit so close to the bottom, you have to have skin in the game now. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We could have a face ripper rally, like that guy said after Wednesday, that takes Bitcoin right back up to $24,000. I mean, and takes Cardano right back up to 65 cents. Or we could dump. But what are you waiting for? I saw so many people in 2020 miss out on the bull run. Refused to buy Cardano at 2 cents. Refused to buy Cardano at 20 cents. Refused to buy it at 50 cents. I remember one guy, I bought most of my Cardano at 5 cents, 2 cents, between 2 cents and 5 cents. Cardano went up to 20 cents. This guy said, no, it's too high now. It's too high. 3 months later, it's $2. Like, you never know what the bottom's going to be. You never know when we're going to go bullish. And yes, I've said it. We're not going to see all-time highs. We're not going to see Bitcoin go to $100,000 this year or probably next year. But we might see it go to $40,000. We might see it go to $50,000. That means if you have skin in the game right now, that's 3, 4, 5x. Now, if that happens, I'm taking some serious profits. Now, like in 2024, I expect to retire. I expect a 20, 30x. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what's going to happen in the next year. We're going to see rallies in Bitcoin. What do you guys think? Bitcoin's just going to hang out between 15 and 19,000 for the next year? No, we're going to see some rallies. And then we're probably going to dump. We're probably going to see Bitcoin hit 30,000, 40,000, then dump right back down to 20, 25. I want to be a part of those rallies. And you never know what's going to happen in the world. The Fed could change direction at any moment. Even the slightest hint in about 3, 4, 5 months that they're not hawkish anymore, there's going to be trillions of dollars put back into these markets. So today is a perfect example of why just 5 hours ago, everybody thought it was all over, right? Look at all the dummies on YouTube. Oh, $14,000 is coming. $12,000 is coming. And I know a lot of it's clickbait. I do the same thing. But a lot of people believe it. A lot of people believe it. So we have strong resistance right here. If the stock market goes crazy on Wednesday, Bitcoin's going to go back up to $25,000. If the stock market dumps, Bitcoin's going to dump. But whether we dump down to 12,000 or 15,000 or 17,000, you got to have money. You got to have skin in the game right now. It's foolish not to. Now, if you already have a ton of crypto, yeah, wait for dumps. Just buy the dips, buy the big dumps. But if you're just holding down the side like scared, shivering in the corner saying, oh, I'm going to buy my Bitcoin when it hits $12,000. Oh, I can't wait to buy my Cardano when it hits 25 cents. You might miss the whole freaking thing. You might miss the whole opportunity here. So anyway, always have skin in the game. Pay attention to what's going to happen on Wednesday. Look at this Bitcoin chart since 2013, 2021. How do you time any of this? I mean, look at all the people. This is like when I got into Bitcoin. So 2018, 8,000, 5,000, 7,000, 6,000, all the way down to 3. Oh my God, it's all over. And when we were down to 3, everybody said it was going to 0, and everybody said it was going to 1,000. I can name a dozen people who did not buy Bitcoin at $4,000, including myself, because we thought it was going to go down to $500. Did it go to $500? No. If you bought Bitcoin at $3,000, you pretty much are retired now. And then we go right back up to 9,000, back down to 7, 9, 8, 7, 6. It's all over, guys. This is the range. Who's going to time this? You can't time it. It's untimable. All you can do is say we're in a bear market. We've already dumped. We've dumped down 70% from our all-time highs. Now's the time to be getting in, and then retire in 2 years or a year and a half. 2024, the next happening. That's all you got to do right now. Buy, hold, 2024, retire. Simple, but most people will not do it. And if we get one more capitulation, if Bitcoin goes back down to 12, 15,000, you're going to see half the people in Bitcoin will dump their Bitcoin if Bitcoin goes down to 12,000, and they're just going to be like, I'm done, I'm out of here. And they're all the people that will make no money in 2024. I think we need one more capitulation. I think we're going to get it in the next couple months, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have some crazy ass pumps in between. And I want to be here for all that. So anyway, folks, interesting day. Bitcoin does what Bitcoin wants to do. A lot of people thought we'd probably be at $17,000 right now. Now we're right back to where we were. A lot of these altcoins are coming back. You know, it really just depends on the stock market. You're able to get Matic now for almost 75 cents. Opportunities are here. Litecoin has been like a top performer over the last couple weeks. Down to $52, not a bad price. I'd like to see it at $45, but Litecoin was just at $65. So there are opportunities right now. Take advantage of them. Like and subscribe to my videos, and talk to you later.